Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Susan Marra with Dr. Marra's Medical Minutes. And today we're going to talk about MCAS again, mast cell activation syndrome, and the spectrum that encompasses. So there are a number of tests that you can do that are particularly diagnostic for MCAS. But in my practice, I see a range of people who exhibit MCAS-like behaviors, and I suspect that what it is that the immune system is beginning to um, be severely challenged, and you're on that sort of trajectory. So you might not have all the biomarkers yet. You might not have developed all of the biomarkers yet. So just like anything, there's a starting place and an ending place and everything in between, right? And you're on this journey, and you might not have all the biomarkers yet. So MCAS is typically characterized by a lot of itching, hives. You can have abdominal upset. You can have headaches. You can have uh, uh, like asthma-ish, sort of asthma, not asthma, but sort of like a wheezing, um, nasal congestion, runny nose, um, diarrhea, and nausea. And it can also mimic a lot of MCAS can mimic a lot of other things, such as allergies, long COVID, autoimmune disorders, and the thing that I've noticed is in the 27 years that I've been practicing, the incidence of MCAS has dramatically increased. When I first started practicing 27 years ago, I probably saw one hypersensitive patient a week or maybe every 2 weeks. Now I see at least one a day, at least, usually more than that, usually two. So something clearly has changed in our environment. And Dr. Leo Galland, who's a very famous medical doctor, really one of the pioneers in alternative medicine, he really thinks that what's happened is that all of the pollutants in the environment, including the nanoplastics, um, are very much affecting our microbiome, and they are challenging our immune system to behave in aberrant ways, one of which is MCAS. So there's a number of different, another symptom is rapid heartbeat, low blood pressure, and fatigue. Those are also MCAS symptoms. There are 7 different ways that we know of right now that sort of lead you down the MCAS road. One is obviously environmental triggers. So things like chemicals, molds, pollens, animal dander, dust, things like that. Another one is chemicals, Bisphenol A. Another one is molds, Aflatoxin, and benzopyrene from tobacco and car exhaust. They can lead to MCAS. Chronic infections like tick-borne illness, like mycotoxin illness, they can lead to MCAS. Gut dysbiosis. So you know what gut dysbiosis is? Leaky gut, when the um, um, cells in the gut, the lining of the cells in the gut, the I forget the name of the space. It's completely, anyways, it becomes loose, and so molecules that should not be entering the bloodstream enter the bloodstream, and they cause illness. This can also be a reason for SIBO, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So a couple of things to do is a low histamine diet and some spore-producing probiotics. That would be helpful. Another reason for MCAS is hormonal imbalances. So balancing hormones is super important. Another reason is autoimmune disease, things like Sjogren's, lupus, MS. So all of those things can accompany MCAS. Next is nervous system dysregulation. The autonomic nervous system, which regulates involuntary functions like heart rate and digestion, can influence the development of mast cell disorder. And by the way, mast cell disorder is when there's a overproduction of histamine in the mast cells, which are a particular type of immune cell that release histamine. And histamine in general is a molecule that evolved to help us handle when we get exposed to allergens or molds. Now, because we've polluted the environment so much, now it's become a big problem. So, that is MCAS in a nutshell. In a different video, I talk about how we can treat MCAS. There's a whole slew of things: quercetin, luteolin, Hist-AO. Those are the naturals. And then there's a whole host of medications like ketotifen, cromolyn sodium, Zyrtec, Allegra. And we just have to find the right combo for you. And then we quiet the mast cells down. Once we quiet the mast cells down, then we can begin to do our work. So I hope this video has been helpful to you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.